Good morning. Yep, as you can see, we got about an inch of snow yesterday, and overnight woke up, it was still 30 degrees out this morning. So let's get up to 38, but that's still not very warm. You know what that means? We need to get the heat working in this house so we can have some warmth while we're building. Right now it's 44, actually it's 45 degrees in here. So it's not freezing, and it hasn't got down to freezing. The basement, I believe, is still in the 50s. So that is good because we also have our water that's coming into the house, so we don't want that to freeze. We've been working on getting everything ready so we can get the furnace going. The chimney needed to get relined. We got that relined. We did that, me and Olivia did that the other day when it was actually nice out. I needed to get power back into the house. We got the panel hooked back up. We got some outlets inside, and that means we can run power from the panel to the furnace. We also got to get heaters hooked up to the furnace because all of the baseboard in the house got taken out. The way it was set up before would not work with what we were doing. We have some baseboard left up in the office, but that's it. Everything else has been removed. But what we do have, we have two Train Modine heaters. Got this one right here, bam. And then we got a second one right there. So these are old, new stock. They've never been installed before. So we need to figure out the best way to install these in the basement. It's hot water, 24,800 BTUs per unit. We know the furnace does work because it was working last winter, and when we first bought the farm, it was hooked up, it was working, and we had hot water here. Before we started gutting everything, I was using the bathroom, taking showers, we were washing our hands with hot water. So that all works, but we have shut it off, disconnected it while we were gutting the house. So yeah, you can see my breath. We don't like that. We need to get it warmer in here so we can work in the comfort and actually have stuff dry as we're doing sheetrock, doing whatever we need to do. So let's get this figured out, the best way and the best places to hang these. All right, so we have our chimney liner in. We got our flue all hooked up. The old power used to come down to here, but it still had the old wire. So we cut that off, and we're gonna replace it with new wire to the panel. So that way we're not having old Romex in here. Right there, we'll take that out and run a new wire. And then it runs over to here to our Taco relay box. So this is our relay system, which will tell each circulator pump when to kick on through the thermostats. 4-zone switching relay. So zone 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm thinking 1 right here blowing this way to make sure we heat the crawl space. We can kind of angle it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like that. We can cut these shorter so it can go up a little higher. Bam. And that'll heat going this way and heat this side of the house for now. Then we got to think about where we want to put this one blowing this way. Just ran out and got a bunch of plumbing supplies for what I think will be all of them. I hope it is all the plumbing supplies we need. I'm going to say that won't be. I'll probably end up going out and making at least another trip or 2 more trips by the time we get this project all done. But I think I came up with a game plan on how to do it all. We've looked everything over, figured it all out. We got to go through and take out some old pipes that we don't need anymore. And I think I got everything we're going to need to connect everything up. Let's go in the farmhouse and I'll show you. All right, just ran out, picked up a bunch of stuff. I got a 1/2-inch piece of copper. We only need probably less than a foot, but we need some new copper for that. I found the elusive black deck screws that you guys kept telling me about. Then I ran to the plumbing supply store. Need a little bit of solder, some flux, a whole bunch of fittings. And while I was there, I asked what they had for anti-vibration pieces, and they had this nice little rubber stuff. So these are going to get mounted to either a beam or a floor joist. I haven't decided yet. This will go, maybe I have to put two of them. This will go like this. We'll cut them to fit basically two. Then we'll drill holes in them, drill this to, and then we'll screw this to wherever. And these will help any vibration from coming up to the next floor. And the fan on the back is mounted with rubber bushings. So most of it should be taken out. So the thing that we noticed, I've never seen this before, but the pipe coming out of the train is 1/2 inch to go inside a 1/2 inch pipe. We can't put a 1/2 inch union. We got to take a piece of 1/2 inch pipe. So that's why I got new pipe, because I didn't want to use cutted up old pipe because that will not solder good. So we need just a little bit of pipe. We're going to come off with a 1/2 inch piece, 1/2 inch piece, and then I'm just going to use a shark bite. And I go shark bite to our PEX. I like using PEX. We got the Pro PEX gun. I just like using that for plumbing, so that's what we're going to end up doing here. But we just got to get off of this, and unfortunately I just can't put a shark bite right here because for some reason the way this copper tubing is, it's not even 1/2 inch OD. All right, we left a lot of the old plumbing down here so that way we would kind of know what went where and how to figure stuff out. But now it's time to start cutting some of it because we don't need all of it. So there's a lot that we don't need for the old heat. We're gonna be able to use the old circulator pumps, the old Taco relaying switch. We just gotta wire it up over here and then figure out where the modines are going. We kind of got the layout for that. We're gonna do a modine over here and one over there, and we're gonna do each one on its own circulator pump, so that way they're getting water directly from the furnace and not going from one modine to the other. I think that'll work good. And then if we don't need both of them on, we'll just change the thermostats, so we'll have whatever one we need, but we'll see. It'll be nice to have heat going in here. All right, so if we get this out, we'll be taking out a lot of the old hot water lines that we do not need. And we have a shut off right here. This is the hot water off of the furnace, which we don't need that right now. There we go. All right, we'll cut it back here again. There comes the water. Must be a flat spot somewhere. There we go. Bam. I want to thank Brunt Workwear for sponsoring today's video. Not only sponsoring today's video, but making awesome workwear that is durable, long-lasting, waterproof, and warm. I just bought a pair of their lined pants, and these things are awesome. They're warm, comfortable. They almost feel like you have your cozy pajamas on at night, so It's kind of nice being able to work in those and stay warm at the same time. If you guys are looking to get a gift for your hardworking loved one or your hardworking friends, check out bruntworkwear.com and use promo code Lumnah10. You'll get $10 off your first purchase. But they make so many different things. They got winter beanies, they got sweatshirts, long sleeve shirts on. They have pants that are lined, unlined, cargo pockets, you name it, they got it. Not only that, they have jackets, they have baseball caps, they have boots, so many different varieties. I am loving their cowboy boots. These things are durable, waterproof. No matter what I put them through, they are holding up. If you want to get somebody a limited edition gift this year, Brunt Workwear is putting out some limited edition sweatshirts and boots, and they're going fast. So make sure you go to bruntworkwear.com and follow them on their socials so you know when they come up with their limited edition gifts, because they sell out quickly. And I know their sweatshirts that they have are pretty nice looking. I've been eyeing a few. Hopefully somebody will get me one for Christmas. Because it's that time of the year. I hate buying stuff for myself this time of the year. So maybe Gina or Olivia or somebody else will get me a nice Brunt limited edition hooded sweatshirt. Because I don't know about you, but I love their clothes. So I want to thank Brunt Workwear for sponsoring today's video. If it wasn't for sponsors like Brunt and viewers like you, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing here at Lumnah Acres. So go to bruntworkwear.com/Lumnah10, use promo code Lumnah10 and get $10 off your first purchase. Thanks Brunt Workwear for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to the project. Every time I think we're done tearing stuff out, there's always something more to take out. All right, then we'll cut our pecs back here. I'm gonna get wet. This one we're gonna put an end cap on this one. There we go. All right, at some point we'll redo all of this, but we need to have our water running to our boiler to fill up our boiler. We need that all back there. This is the old water line to do the old bathroom, first floor and second floor. So we can cut this all up, get this all out of our way and clean it up a little bit. Save that. We'll cut the upstairs water line back to here. I don't put my plumbing hat on very often, so it took me a little while today to get everything figured out and laid out. It's one of those things when you're bebopping from job to job or project to project, and they're all different. It always takes me, anyways, a little bit of time to get my mind from, say, doing demo to carpentry to refinishing to electrical to plumbing. It takes me some time to kind of like refigure everything and recalculate, especially downstairs. I had to figure out what was already there and how to get it to work with what we want to do for now. So I think we got that figured out. We got a little bit more cutting to do, and then we can start installing. And I cannot wait till we have some real heat in here, guys. It's gonna be oh so nice. All right, so we've been cutting out old water lines cold and hot. Now I am removing old plumbing lines. And I hope I'm not cutting anything we need, but I think we're gonna be good. Famous last words. We have heat in the office still, so we're keeping that set up on its own circulator pump, and that also used to do the upstairs bedrooms, which does not have any more plumbing. So I am cutting and removing the old pipe for now, so we don't get confused. I also don't want to keep any of the old plumbing because at one point they had plumbing freeze upstairs and had all the water and everything shut off, and I am not sure what froze and what didn't. So I'd hate to reuse the plumbing that is no good and not know it. So we're just gonna cut it all out and we're gonna run new plumbing when we figure out what we're gonna do for heating upstairs. And then that way we don't gotta worry about any leaks, if that makes sense. Because frozen pipes once, we don't want that again. As much as it stinks to cut everything out, I also don't wanna have issues in the future. Oh, it really doesn't go up that high. Oop. Let me cut it here. And then the only thing holding those up is that. So let's just disconnect all that right now. All right, hopefully the pipe cutter I have goes big enough. It says it does, but I've never cut 1-inch pipe with it before. I guess we're gonna find out. It says it cuts up to 1 1/8 inch, so I would say we should be good. This one we're probably gonna get wet on. Oh, we got most of the water already out of that. Cool. Guess we want to cut it here because we don't want this or this. believe that's all we need to cut out for now. All right, I don't know why Train does this. One of you guys might. If you do, let me know. These are 1/2 inch inside diameter. For the OD is 1/2 inch. So a regular 1/2 inch pipe slides over. You don't need a union, or you can't use a shark bite. If it was regular 1/2 inch, I would just put a shark bite on there. Boom. But you can't. So I have to cut 4 little pieces, say 3 inches long, clean this up, solder them on, and then put my shark bite on to go to pegs. So
more work.
More work. I don't understand why that is the way it is. If you do, let me know. 9, 12.
A lot of steps.
All the prep work takes the time. All right, now we got to clean these ends.
Shine them up. You can shine my shoes later.
They probably won't look so pretty after I shine them like this. All right, we're changing up how we're doing this. I give a shout out to my brother-in-law for helping us on this. He said these are like HVAC 1/2 inch lines, and we're trying to figure out what to do because there's kind of too much slop doing this. You could fill it with solder, but it's kind of a lot. So then I went to our local plumbing supply store. I got to give Arrow a shout out. They're always super helpful. We figured out this is 1/2 inch ID, and this is 1/2 inch OD line. So it's like HVAC and just different stuff. So they had the right fitting to go on and solder on, but they didn't have an adapter fitting that would go to this 1/2 inch. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a compression fitting. We'll put this on our little compression, then we'll do this, and then we're going to go right to our 3/4 inch Pro Pex. You guys know this is my favorite stuff. Pro Dope pipe joint compound.
It doesn't even come out like nicely.
Nope. Does not look very nice.
As long as it works.
That's right. When I was a diesel mechanic, we used to use one that was in a tube, a white like toothpaste tube made by, I believe it was Loctite, and it was in red lettering, and the stuff worked great. I can't find it again. And it used to smell like Fruit Loop cereal. This does not. And we never had an issue with that. We were using that on airlines. One down. 3 more to go.
Probably faster than soldering them.
I would much rather do this than have to solder. I am not a fan of soldering. That'll do. We're getting that much closer to having heat. It actually cleaned up pretty nice down here. All in the mess of water I made.
Is it heavy?
Not really. You just gotta keep pressure up on it like that. No pressure, no pressure.
Am I good or no? Do you need to go over some?
All right, I forgot a step. You guys see that? It's got a good wiggle to it. I need to put a nut here so we can tighten the nut up to this, and then that'll take out that movement.
So now you gotta take it down.
Now we gotta take it back down. Find some nuts.
Now if you can get it back off now.
Right.
I like that you got those black screws just for this and you can't even see them. You got it?
Yeah, I got it. I'll give you the screw gun.
Yep.
I'm hoping that these are the size we need.
Is it?
I believe so.
That's awesome.
So that means we got nuts.
Would you even know what those were if I didn't clean?
Yes, but the reason why I saw it is in the workshop looking, and we have 1/2-inch ones in the workshop. I'm like, oh, I believe the ones we have in the house are 3/8, and that's what we need for these.
So now when you're trying to use those and you're missing some.
We can go run out and get some.
I'll be like, what did we use those for?
Right. Where did they go? Why am I short 4? Just gotta line the threads up right. I thought I was going to have to go out for another ride to the store. I'm like, I don't want to.
Right.
All right, let's get it hung back up. All right, so right there. All right, I like that. So much better. Then once I snug those up with a wrench, it'll be perfect. So let's go hang the next one. Like that. So the plumbing fleas are going to go up, over here, come down, I guess, up, and then we'll go over. This is the return line, and then over there, right there, here, is the supply. I think we're getting close to having heat. It's just not going to get done today. Unfortunately, it feels good to have the Modine heaters in. I got a little concerned with the copper tube that was coming out of it when the 1/2-inch pipe really wasn't fitting that nice. I'm like, man, I need to figure this out. This doesn't seem right. So I called my brother-in-law. He's done HVAC contractor, so he's got a bunch of knowledge. I was talking to him about it, and he's like, it sounds like it's an HVAC copper tube coming out of it. So our local plumbing supply store is really good. Ran down there. If you guys go to Arrow, ask for Rick if you need some help. All the guys are really good, but Rick is really good too. We got everything figured out. The compression fittings, I think they're gonna work great. I used to use those on airlines for 18 wheels when we were fixing airline leaks, so that worked really good. And those have high pressure. This is only gonna have like 12 PSI or 15 PSI going through it. And it's nice to have, to be able to thread on our Pro-Pex fitting on the end. Glad we got everything mounted. We went kind of a little overboard, I hope, and we put the rubber feet in between our mounting foot. So that way any of the vibrations should get dampened out there. And the fan has a rubber grommet when it's mounted to the Modine heater. We'll see. I think we should have them up and running soon. It's definitely getting colder out. The snow's here. These glares from all the lights at night is terrible. Sorry about that, guys. But it'll be nice to get this finished up, but we won't be able to get it done today. Thanks for coming along on our farmhouse renovation journey with us, guys. You guys are a huge blessing to us in the farmhouse. If you're a plumbers, I'm sure you're laughing at me saying, man, I would have had that done by now. Thanks for coming along on our farmhouse journey. I'll see you guys right back here in the next video. Bye.